Good afternoon, my friends. Brian here with VetteSource, where today we are in the field working to retrieve a long lost car out here, and we'll see if we can get this out of here. If Big Red will get sufficient amount of gumption to get it for us. Let me show you real quick what we're working with. Actually, let me show you what truck equipment we're working with first. So you guys, if you watch me for a while, you know my affection for the GMT-400 series of trucks. This is my my 1-ton dually short bed that I use occasionally for heavy duty stuff. Not very often though. This is a big block like my black truck that you've probably seen before. Last of the 7.4 liters before they went to the 8.1, the Gen 7 big block Chevy, which I've done some previews on these. And as much as I appreciate the power of diesels, I really do like these gas engines, big blocks, because they're just powerful, and most of the time they just get the job done. So what we're going to do today, and this one of course is my 4x4. My other trucks are not 4x4s, but this might help us in the case of what we're dealing with today. So for me, the GMT-400 series and the 800 series trucks are probably my favorites, only because they're simple to work on, but they're still you know, comfortable enough you can drive these cross country. I've had this truck up to Missouri, Iowa, Florida, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, everywhere you can think of. I've taken this truck, and it's like sitting on a couch. I think the short wheelbase on this one, the short bed, is what gives it a little bit better drivability, where it's not so rough like a normal dually would be. But it is a good truck and I do enjoy it, but I don't use it that often for heavy duty. It's just this was one task I knew we needed to. So now, if you've also watched me a lot, you'll also recognize this car. Not this car, but I have another one, a Lincoln Mark VII, a 1990 model that I bought from auction, Harvey flood rescue, that I kind of accidentally bought. And I had a good friend of mine that was clearing out his property and said, "Hey Brian, I know your son," because I ended up giving that car to my son, and we used it, tinkered with it, played with it. Really has been a pretty good vehicle. And he says, "Hey, I've got this LSC out here in my property that I never got around to. I was going to use the drivetrain out of it because it got wrecked pretty bad in the door, as you'll see here. And said, you can have it if you can get it out of there." So now this guy's been sitting here for 12 years. And you can see everything's grown up around it pretty good, but it does have quite a few usable items on it, namely the drivetrain still in here. The 5-liter HO. This is an 89 model, I think. So it's got the 5-liter HO in it, the AOD, and a good rear end in there. So there's a few things I can probably grab out of it if I can get past this tree that's growing up through it. But the tree is dead. And like I said, it's been sitting here for 12 years. So it's pretty rough with a capital R. But there's actually some trim pieces there that I could get off of it. The body's a wash. The rims are good. There's glass here. Things that I will, and if you've watched me long enough, you know I tend to keep my stuff into old age. So things that I can put on the shelf and use for my son's car. So what we're doing right now, I'm just kind of clearing the brush away around it, just so I make sure I don't come up against anything that's gonna trip me up here. And I need to create a spot for myself to hook up to the front suspension so I can drag it out, see if it will come out of here. I think it will, but it's always fun just to try and see. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to find a good spot to hook up my chain there. All right, so there's the car in totality. Too bad, it was a nice car at one time, but that hit to the driver's or passenger door was pretty much it for it. All right, and I think the sucker's in neutral already. Watch out for snakes, Brian. Yuck. Yeah, it's in neutral. I don't think it's gonna matter one way or the other, to be honest with you guys. Got some nice mirror housings on it. Those are actually steel. Wow, those are nice. They're not plastic like all the new stuff. And there's our engine right there. So some good stuff left on it. So let me get this set up. I'll be right back with you. I'm gonna put my chain together on this thing. Hold right. All right, well, of course it starts raining on me, sprinkling a little bit, but we got this car up with our fancy new off-road jack, which I happen to like quite a bit. That's a pretty good jack. So we get underneath here. If I can get in here without killing myself. And we're going to see if I can get around the sway bar here. There we go. All right, that should do the trick. Go a little bit more over to the middle, right there next to the pan. Ugh. All right, let's get our new jack out of the way so we don't mess this up. That is a really good jack, I have to admit. It's not nearly as heavy as it looks. All right. Let's look at the other end of our chain here. All right. All right. We're about as ready as we're going to be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this sitting right there on that back bumper so you guys can watch as I pull this out of here. We'll put this sucker in 4 low and see what it does. So let's watch and see. Well, in typical fashion, the GoPro failed on me at the one spot that I really wanted to show you, but you can see by our trail, our snail trail here, that the Chevy 1-ton dually gas big block made pretty quick work out of this and just pulled it out almost at idle speed. I didn't even really have to touch the gas, it just pulled it. So we're out of here, we're done. We're in the hard pack, so tomorrow I'll come back with my trailer. We'll put this up on the trailer and we will get it ready for dissection. If you guys are interested in seeing me tear down a particular part of this car, let me know in the comments. I know for me, 99.9% of my stuff's Corvettes, but I do actually like these because I liked Fox bodies too. I've owned that era, but the Lincoln version of it, which this is just a Fox body, was always more, I don't know, I don't want to use the word sophisticated, but I liked them a lot better just because they were cool and they had a lot of creature comforts that were great on them. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna wrap things up today. get things disconnected, see if these tires will hold air till tomorrow. They might actually hold air, which will make my life a little bit easier, even though I do have a forklift. There's another shot of that 5-liter HO that we can also tear into and see what kind of shape she's in. So appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be back soon with some more videos about our 40th anniversary. I think we're gonna do some weather stripping work on that one next week, so catch up with you guys then.